power must have been immense, enough to crack a lesser human being. This story would have not been written if she were made of less stern stuff. However, we are getting ahead of ourselves. This audiobook tells her story till her expulsion from her congregation and the events leading up to it. Different styles are used to narrate stories. The person who had helped Sister Lucy write the book in Malayalam seems to have been a great believer in brevity. If the listener perceives gaps in the story and yearns for the details, it can be ascribed to this belief in brevity. Since this is a translation, it was decided by the publisher and myself that the audiobook should stick to the original. I would like to thank Dr. Fatima Evie for recommending me to HarperCollins. My gratitude to my friend and mentor, a Catholic himself, who in true Christian spirit painstakingly went through the manuscript, corrected my errors, explained the sacraments and the hierarchy of the Church to a non-Christian, and polished the text. My gratitude also to Siddesh Inamdar of HarperCollins for his constant guidance and encouragement. I am also beholden to Suchismita Ukil for her attention to detail, painstaking interventions in the copy, and leaving nothing unchallenged. Preface by Sister Lucy Kalapura. Like any ordinary girl, I passed through the physical and psychological changes that occur during the natural progression from childhood through adolescence to adulthood. I didn't show any extraordinary life skills during my student days. The idea of becoming a nun was my reaction to the prospect of living as a social animal. I was born into a family imbued with the spirit of Christianity. My comfortable life and upbringing only served to nurture and fortify the spirituality in me. The Christian faith underpinned the ethos of the settlers in the remote hillside village of Karikotakari in Kannur district. Kannur used to be the northernmost district of Kerala till Kasaragod was hived off in 1984 and became the border district between Kerala and Karnataka. It is possible that the faith of the settlers was part of their survival tactics and strategies. My family residence was on the banks of the Vempura River that originates in the village of Ayankunnu in Kannur and flows into the Bavali River. Till I became an adolescent, I wasn't even aware that there was a world beyond the bank of this river, and in any case, beyond what the eyes could see. I had no knowledge of how life went on in places such as Kottukapara, Edur, Mundayamparambu, Parakapara, and Edapura that lay around us. The majority of the settlers in these localities were people from lower caste groups who had converted to Christianity. They were looked down upon and often humiliated by the rich, landed gentry among the Christians, whose forebears were formerly higher caste Hindus. I came to know only later that their lives were transformed by the advent of the Reverend Father Joseph Taffarel and his evangelism. I was surrounded by a big family consisting of 10 siblings and my parents. My outside world comprised the church, its priest, and catechism classes. These environs were instrumental in infusing convents, nuns, and the gospel into my mind. My untroubled, carefree childhood culminated in the resolution to take my vows as a bride of Christ, as nuns were described among the faithful. It was not a call of God that I had answered. My resolution was not born out of the blue. For a long time I had waited for the summons from Christ. Perhaps a puerile stubbornness led me to become a nun. I had channeled the spring of natural energy and verve for life that surges during adolescence and youth into Christian spirituality. An inscrutable stream of consciousness led me to